Show y'all what I use that makes cleanup so much easier than having to make it a major ordeal, okay? It takes me longer to clean up my brushes than it does for me to clean up my sprayer. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you my stuff versus my husband's stuff because y'all know how messy I am. I'm not making apologies for it. I do a great job. I just am messier than he is. So this is what a gun looks like. I've had this gun for years. This is an Apollo 7700 gun. And it can be gravity fed here at the top, or it can be from the bottom. Now, I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes in new because I just got my husband a new one. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the box, okay? So you'll notice that when it comes out of the box, it doesn't have this little hose here, this little barb on the side. I don't know if you can see, but see this barb sticking up? If you'll look at this one, you'll notice it does not have that because it is set up to spray from one of their cups, and this is set up to spray with a PPS system. So I'm going to show you what that means. Do y'all remember, if you're very old, you may remember the bottles that babies used to use that had disposable bags? Well, this is kind of like a baby bottle system for sprayers. Now, I'm going to show you the other gun that we have is this, which is a 7000 gun. These guns get used every single day, all the time, and they're super easy to clean up. This is another one, and they are clean, ready to be used tomorrow. But I'm going to show you one straight out of the box from Apollo because I did get Rick some new guns. Well, this is why I open the boxes ahead of time because I always struggle with this kind of thing. Okay, so when they come out of the box, they look like this, okay? Super shiny, and they're attached to a cup, okay? We don't use these cups, but these cups are amazing. They have a little lever on top, and they connect to the barb on the side. So these are amazing, and they're great. But I don't want to have to clean these cups up. Again, I go back to easy peasy. That's how I like to do it. Work smarter, not harder. So when we get these guns in, what we do is we remove the mechanism below. I take this piece off, and I also take this piece off. It comes with a little wrench in here in your little package. It comes with a wrench and a cleaning brush. And here's my wrench. My wrench is several years old. And all you have to do is remove this. Hang on, I'm going to have to put it down below. And twist it. Man. There we go. All right. So we're going to take this mechanism off. I don't want to drop it on my stickly table. All right, so now you can see what this gun looks like, okay, without the cup added to it. All right, now if you'll notice, my guns have a little adapter down below there, okay? So that adapter is what makes it so that I can use the bags and stuff that I'm going to show you. All right, so there's their guns. I haven't gotten my adapters in for these, so I can't go through the whole setup with you, or I would love to. All right, so once you've got the adapter on there, and you can see how it just screws onto the bottom, okay? So once you get the adapter on there, then it's just a matter of setting up your cup, and I'm going to show you. Now, this is one of my cups. You can see it's several years old. I've used it when I was spraying inside cabinets, so you get a lot of back spray. This is a brand new one. Like I say, I got these in for my husband, and they'll probably still look like this in a year, for truth. All right, so once you get your cup set up, you've got this mechanism, and you get a little barb. Can you see that sticking up? You get a little barb with the 7700 gun. It is in this little package right here, and you just remove the screw in the side and put that in. Now, with the 7000 gun, it already has the barb on it, for lack of a better word. So what you do is you open up your cup. This is another part that you order. It's a hard cup, and it has a tube coming out the side of it. You have bags. These are the disposable bags. So the bags go into your cup, Put your paint, your primer, whatever you're using. Now, you may think that you can only spray certain things through these sprayers. That is a misnomer. I have sprayed water-based stains. I have sprayed oil-based stains. I have sprayed chalk paint. I've sprayed mineral paint. I've sprayed clay paint. I've sprayed just about anything you can imagine through these sprayers using these cups. So you can see the cup, just this liner puts right down in there, and it has a lid. Now, the reason I love these lids, typically when you're spraying paint, I recommend that you strain your paint to make sure there's no lumps or whatever, because no matter how great your paint is when it was manufactured, there's particles in there. Look at this. Do you see this little screen in the top right here? This actually strains your paint while you're spraying. So that way you don't have to worry about a lump getting into your spray nozzle so that you can't spray. That sits right down in there, okay? Sits right down in there. And then this top screws on here. Screw, screw, screw. There we go. All right, now this goes up the side. And the reason I leave my hoses long is because over time when you use it, you'll get a little hole in it or something, and that way you can cut it off. Okay, so this is what the top of it looks like. Can you see how it's got little pieces sticking up? All right, so you can see the way this is made. Can you see these little barbs and stuff on the edges? You sit this down in here and twist. Okay, now look at that. Can you see how that snaps right in there? Okay, so then I put this up. I make sure I'm nice and tight on my lid. All right, and then I wrap this around here. Wrap, wrap, wrap. Take up the slack, and then I plug it into my little barb over here on the side, okay? All right, now I'm going to explain to you why I love this. Okay, so now what I've done is I've made this a disposable bag so that I can spray with it. This tube that goes down into the bottom of this makes it so that I can turn my gun upside down, I can turn it sideways, I can do whatever I want to do, and it never loses suction. But the kicker is, when I get finished spraying, all I have to clean is this gun. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you why. This plastic tubing, the only thing that ever goes through your plastic tubing is air. So there should never be any paint or anything like that. So when you get finished spraying, you pop this tube off, let it uncoil. Maybe you've got yours cut short, whatever floats your boat. You pull down and you just pull this right out the top, just kind of move it back and forth. Now this is still going to have paint in it, so you want to make sure and store it upside down. It also comes with these little stoppers. A lot of times I'll just stick that right down in the gun. That way I don't have to worry about my paint coming back out. But that's it. Now all I have to do is take this gun apart and clean it, which literally takes less than 5 minutes. Okay? Less than 5 minutes to clean the gun that I just sprayed an entire kitchen with. Whether it's primer, whether it's paint, whatever, it takes me about 5 minutes to clean this gun. All right, now this right here doesn't have to be cleaned because you just unscrew this lid. This comes off. This comes off and can be thrown away. And this is the liner that lines your cup, and it can be thrown away. That's it. You're done. You're cleaned up. That's it. If there's paint left in this, pour it back in your gallon, your quart, whatever your container is that you took the paint out of. That is literally it. I mean, this is disposable. This is disposable. Now, there's an updated version of this, but these are the ones that I've been using for years. But when you get ready to clean this stopper will pop right out, just like that. And you take your wrench and you take this piece off, you take the front of your gun off, and you clean it out good, and literally you're done. So you just sprayed an entire kitchen in much less time than it would have taken you to brush it, and your cleanup time is 5 minutes. Now, the other myth is, does it use more paint? You know, it depends on how heavy a brusher you are. Are you a heavy-handed brusher? Are you a light-handed brusher? What kind of finish are you going over? That kind of thing. There's a million different questions that you would have to ask for that to be answered. But on average, you might use a little bit more paint, but isn't your time worth something? I mean, to me, the paint is worth less than my time. So that's why I wanted to show you. But the biggest plus to me about spraying kitchen cabinets, furniture, or whatever, even if you're just spraying that base coat, even if you're just spraying the base coat, you're getting a smoother finish. If you spray your base coat, your primer, whatever, and then you do all of your little detail work with a brush, and then you top coat it with a sprayer, the final finish is so amazingly smooth, it's crazy, okay?